the last video, I started my new gravel bike build project with the YOELEO Altera G21 frame set. I unboxed it, went to my first impression, and now it's just sitting there looking nice. And obviously, the project's not going to go anywhere like this. But worry not, because the next big part of the project has arrived. So let me show it to you. This is the wheels. YOELEO sent over these wheels as part of the same collaboration for my new gravel bike build project. But this is not a full review yet. I'm not installing the wheels in this video. It's more of a first look. So with that in mind, time for me to shut my mouth and let's take a look at the contents in the box. This is the YOELEO C45 NxT gravel wheel set. I have to say the wheels looks pretty awesome. But before we go into details, let's take a step back and see how the packaging is. The wheels, they came packed like this, with protection around the rim area and also protection near the hub area. So I personally feel that YOELEO put a lot of effort in making sure that first, the wheels are properly protected in this box, and second, making sure that the customers get a great unboxing experience. And I also appreciate the fact that they secured the loose items within the box so that it doesn't wiggle around during transport. In the box is, of course, the wheels. In addition to that, we also have this tubeless valve included. Highly appreciated, but I'm not a tubeless kind of guy, so it's not really something I need. But if you're into tubeless, at least you know the tubeless valve is already in there. And there's also 2 extra spokes included. This is what I think a valve extender. I was kind of hoping that the wheels came with the rim tape pre-installed, but unfortunately that is not the case. There is no user manual in the box, but wheel installation is pretty straightforward, so I guess that's okay. So the first thing that grabs my attention about these wheels are the hubs. In a lot of wheels, you normally see the hub painted in black, but for this one, I personally find it cool that the hub is in silver and the Freehub body of the rear wheels is also painted in gold. And the decals on the wheels is also pretty subtle. But if you're the kind of person who like very flashy decals on your wheels, there is also an option for you to choose the decal in white. But I normally like my rims low profile, not to take away the attention from the frame. If you check out these wheels on the website, you might realize that the YOELEO font is different. And that is mainly because YOELEO recently did a rebranding and they changed the font of their logo. And this version of the wheels is when YOELEO still had their old logo. Now, the finish is also something I wanted to check because product photos can sometimes be a bit misleading. The wheels has a nice matte finish and the carbon layup also looks consistent and even. So, first impression after getting them out of the box, so far, so good. I still need to weigh them and look closer at the specs, but visually, this wheel set definitely feels like a right direction for the project. And speaking of weight, that's the next thing we will check. According to YOELEO website, the weight of this wheel set is around 1400 grams. So let's check it out. So the weight is well within the 5% deviation mentioned on YOELEO's website. And for the 45mm deep gravel wheels, I would say that weight is pretty reasonable. Alright, now that the weight is checked, let's dive a bit deeper into the technical details. The internal width of the rim is 27mm and the external rim width is around 34.3mm, which basically means that the tires has a wider platform to sit on, which is not really unusual anymore for modern wheels, but it does tell you what this wheel set is made for, and that is bigger, wider tires. So with something like 45C tires, especially on lower pressure, and that could definitely help with comfort and stability on rough roads. I mean, that is what I'm hoping for, at least. I haven't decided on the exact brand of the tires yet, but I feel like 45C tires is a good starting point for the kind of riding I want to do, which is mainly for exploration, bikepacking, which probably involve a good mixture of asphalt and gravel roads. And to that point, if you have some ideas or recommendation what brands of tires I should go for these wheels, do let me know in the comment section below. The rim is hook and also tubeless ready, and this wheel set can fit from 35C all the way up to 53C tires, so there's a lot of room to play with. The other number that stands out is the rim depth. The rim is 45mm. It kinda gives the bike a more aggressive and modern look, but at the end of the day, even if the depth provides some aerodynamic benefits, speed is definitely not the focus of this bike build. This specific wheel set, the Freehub body, is for the Shimano Hyperglide. It does support other drivetrain like SRAM or Campagnolo. So depending on what kind of setup you have on your bike, there are options to make sure that this wheel set is compatible with your setup. The hub uses a 36T ratchet system. In simple terms, that affects how quickly the hub engages once you start pedaling again. 36T is pretty common and it's not super high engagement, but for gravel rides, longer rides, bikepacking, I think it's fine. Alright, now why don't we check out how the Freehub sounds like. The sound of the Freehub from my perspective is loud, but it's not as sharp as other wheels. But sharp or not, it's not a big deal for me. As long as it is loud, then I'm happy with it. But of course, the room I'm in right now is pretty quiet, so we still need to see how loud it is during riding outside. Both the front and the rear wheel has 24 spokes, which is made out of stainless steel. So normally higher spoke counts mean that the wheel is made for strength and durability, and lower spoke count focuses more on saving weight and aerodynamics. So 24 is pretty common for modern carbon wheels. And for the bike build that I'm intending to do, weekend riding, gravel riding, and light backpacking, I think it's pretty okay. Alright, so one other thing worth mentioning is the price and the warranty side, which is especially important with brands that are direct to consumer. At the time I'm filming this, the price of this wheel set are $999 US. So yes, it's not the cheapest Chinese carbon wheels out there, but I also don't think that YOELEO is trying to position themselves in the market as the absolute cheapest option possible. And like I mentioned in my previous video, they are trying to fill the gap between the no-names cheaper brands and the higher, more expensive brands. And as part of the purchase, you also get a 3-year warranty on the wheel set. And if you're the kind of person who is super paranoid about your carbon wheels, there's also option to extend the warranty by paying some extra costs. And talking about paranoid, if you do crash with these carbon wheels, there is a crash replacement policy. So you get around 30% discount to buy the new wheel set. Whether that value makes sense depends on how well this wheel set ride and how long they will last. But as a first look, that's the context I would keep in mind. Alright, so that's it for this video. I can't wait to get the bike build started. I have everything ready. The only thing I need to buy is the tires. Before I actually build the bike itself, there's still one video pending that I need to do, which is talking about the group set of my choice. But then we can definitely get this bike build started. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please subscribe and follow along on my bike build journey. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and all those kind of stuff, and I'll see you in the next video.